This week's Try It Tuesday for March 1st are these little waterfall earrings. So we're going to be using these little half moon kind of check glass beads with a fun AB finish, so they're sparkly. You'll need some 1-inch copper head pins and a pair of copper ear wires. So to get started, what I'm going to do is start at the bottom, because there is actually a head on the head pin through the bottom one, and work our way up and then attach the ear wire. So we're going to snag a head pin and go up through our little half moon shape. And we're doing simple loops, so we're going to take our chain nose pliers and we want to create a 90-degree bend right at the top of the bead, like that. And then I typically go ahead and trim before I shape, because we want just enough wire to form our loop with, since we're not wrapping. And I'm going to use my finger to measure and trim. And you'll take your round nose pliers and curl back. And you're going to keep rolling until your loop meets. Actually, mine met a little bit early, so I'm going to open it back up and move a little bit farther down my pliers so I make a slightly bigger loop. Like that. And it's a little bit crooked, so I'm just going to use my chain nose pliers to straighten it back out. Like that. So that's my bottom one. The next two we're going to do a little bit differently. I'm going to go ahead and string a bead on, and this time, instead of bending at the top of the bead, I'm going to create a loop at the very edge of the wire. And this wouldn't have to be a head pin. The reason I'm using a head pin for the second and third one is that I want the finish to match, and if I used just copper wire, it may not have quite the same finish as a plated head pin. So on this one, I've strung it on. I'm going to start at the edge and curl down. Until I have a completed loop. And then I'm going to want to come in from the other side just to stand that loop up straight. Like that. Let's close that guy just a little bit better. And then we can pull the bead down to the loop, and this side we can treat like the first side on the other one. We're going to take our chain nose and create a 90-degree bend right at the top of the bead. Use my finger to measure and trim. We're going to cut that head right off. And then roll our other loop. Like that. And sometimes it's hard to get your loops lined up. We want to be looking at them in the same plane. So what you can do after you've made them is snag 2 pairs of the chain nose pliers and just straighten it up. Like that. So I'm going to do one more like that, and then we'll connect them all together. I've gone ahead and made my second double looped link, and to attach them all, you're just going to open your link back up. You'll use your chain nose pliers and grab this open side of the loop. You just want to kick it sideways just a little bit. Make sure you're hanging them so that your beads face the right way. Bring it back together. We'll do that with the top one of this link. Bring that one together. And then our top one will hook into your ear wire. And you can do this style earring with just about any kind of beads you would like. It's a great use for little glass beads that we've got hanging around, and it's a great way to practice your wire work. So there's your waterfall earring for March 1st.